Trans tactics. I missed you, my friend. You've been so busy.
I have been busy. I've missed you too. I've been all over the place. So I was in Gibraltar, commentating. I went to Malaga for a weekend, and now I'm in Barcelona. And then finally, I will go back home. But it's been a while since I've been on the road. Arne. It's like for 2 years I didn't leave home.
It must feel
And
good.
now it does feel good, actually. It's nice to see a bit of the world again as I used to.
I'm very happy. I love your background. So if you can take this hotel room to Berlin, that would be...
I mean, it's a special place. It is nice. I got a great deal as well. I mean, it's really, really cheap for what it is. I mean, it's a 4 or 5 star hotel.
I mean, they were saving in colors. It's simply black and white, which is like a chessboard.
Yeah, well, yeah. That's true. That's true.
Lawrence.
So, yeah.
Let us talk about some of your beautiful tactics and what we have on the board today. Oh, we're doing Keres again because we didn't really...
We only had one Keres, so we did Alekhine, and we did a bunch of examples, and now we've got 3 more Keres examples for today. So the first position we've got on the board is the game Keres against Kotov from the year 1950 in Budapest.
Okay.
And it's white to play. And the situation is clear. This position has come about from a Sicilian and most likely a Sicilian Najdorf. And Kotov looks like he's been a little greedy. He has not really developed his pieces. And it already is setting up for some kind of breakthrough for White. I mean, White has got this huge lead in development. The bishops look very active. And when I look at this position as White, the first thing I think of is, well, how can I take advantage of my lead in development?
100%. What was the last move of Black, do you know? Was it the queen to c4, maybe?
It looks like it must have been queen to c4, yeah. Which is a very, very odd move in itself.
Super odd. We have to punish this.
Yeah, we have to punish this. Yeah, exactly. So,
all right.
The question is, how does one punish such a move?
Okay, if it was that move, actually. So anyway...
If it was that move, which it might not. I actually don't know.
For you at home, of course, now is the chance again. Take out your chessboard, build up the pieces, or take a look a little bit below the video. We have everything set up for you. You can just think about this for a little bit on your own and then take a look at our video solution, if I can find it. If not, then we're just stranded here. But maybe Trent's tactics will help us here. So, of course, I am... So let me, first of all, let's do it Tactics 101, or the Tactics ABC. Let's give a check on F7 with the bishop.
Right,
because that's the only check.
The only check. King takes.
And after the king takes, how to continue. So there's another check on H5 with the queen, but that is... probably
only if you've had a very bad night.
And Black has a very good night. So that will not work. Now, what else can we take a look for?
Well, I mean, probably you get the impression that one doesn't work.
It doesn't seem so, yeah.
Okay.
So let's hit some other pieces instead. So what happens if we take the knight on F6?
Okay.
The knight probably takes back. And then we have... Did we achieve anything? Actually, the king has more freedom. Nothing much.
The bishop is now protecting this.
It looks worse. It's one of the worst moves you can take, I guess.
Correct.
Now there's another one, and there is the knight can take on e6, which only the queen can take back. Maybe this will help. And maybe this is the reason why the queen moved to c4, to protect this pawn on e6, because there is something going on.
Right. So now you're seeing that this problem revolves around that e6 square, right?
It does. Okay. Now, queen, yeah, this is a pattern we have acknowledged now. So the question is it too early? Maybe we can switch it around. What can happen else? Now, just let's think this through. The knight takes on e6. The queen takes back. Can we find
Okay.
any other clues, like a detective, of why or how or what can work here? We cannot really open the line on e8, which would be nice for the rook.
Yeah, that would be nice.
But that doesn't work. Now, that doesn't work either.
But do you stop there? Oh, what are you seeing?
No, maybe we don't stop, because I see e5 as an interesting move, maybe.
You mean here or after taking?
That has to be still thought about. But let's do it after taking. So
okay, so knight takes e6. So we've abandoned the checks. Now we're looking at the forcing moves. Knight takes e6 and forced to take with the queen.
And now we push our pawn to e5 with the plan to open up the line. And of course, it's a move which forces black to act upon.
Right.
We cannot just leave the pawn there. So we can either take with the queen, which is not very good because we just pushed the, I guess, the rook. That's it, right?
Yep.
So this also is forced to be taken back with either the pawn or the knight. So let's start with the pawn. How can this help us? It gets a bit more open and interesting. So now I see the spot on c7. It's just glowing up for the knight at one point. How well can we continue to push forward with f4, or is it too slow?
f4. I mean, probably he's going to be able to develop a check, right?
And then even castle, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he can castle, or maybe he can even take first and then castle.
True.
Feels as though we're running out of steam. But you said something very important. You said the c7 square.
Yeah.
Is lighting up.
So how about we do not push e5, but instead put the knight to d5? Yeah, that is working much.
Now we're
better.
Cooking, right? Now we're really cooking. Because actually, if this knight leaves the vicinity,
that's mate.
This is mate.
Beautiful mate. There's a name for this mate. I forgot.
Yeah, me too.
Do you know at home what is this mate called with the knight and the bishop? It's an opening sometimes when the king has castled and there's a fianchetto. This is very similar, right? Where the knight is going to f6 and the bishop is on h6 or something like that.
Precisely. So we can find out, the viewers at home can tell us. Now, knight c7 is a huge threat, and in fact, there are only two ways to deal with it. Either you move the king to d8, or you take. We have to analyze takes first.
Yeah, so taking looks suspicious because we take back, of course, with the pawn. And then the next move is very tempting to push the rook to e1 with a check.
Now, this is where we need a little bit of finesse, because after rook e1 check,
the knight will go to
the knight will jump to e5.
How, now the finesse has to shine through. Okay.
Not so easy, I would say.
Doesn't look... looks tough.
It is
now
tough.
f4.
Yeah, f4. This is a very natural continuation, but it might still be good for white. It might still be good for white. This is probably still good for white, but things are getting a little bit tricky.
And it's not necessary.
Yeah, because after h6, in fact, probably here you're supposed to go g4.
My goodness, that is
and force the queen back to h7, and things are still very, very tricky here. Like you have to calculate. But you're on the right path. It's not sometimes, I mean, this is the move we play in blitz. This is the move we play in bullet, right? But sometimes we got to be just a little bit more clever, and I'm going to show you the move, okay? Because it's really tough.
Okay.
It's the move Queen E1 check. Okay.
Oh
Now, the reason
gosh.
for this is that after knight e5 now and f4, the difference here is that we've actually got the additional idea of Queen a5.
Exactly. Well, that is really freaking tough. Gosh.
That's tough. And the other point is that also, if you attack this bishop, let's say, or whichever bishop, let's say you play g6, for example, blunting this bishop. Now you can take, hitting the queen. That's the other benefit of keeping. And after e takes d6, again, if king d8, the point is you've got this amazing check.
Oh, it's checkmate.
Yeah. And in fact, if the king goes to d7, doesn't matter. You can use this rook now on the f file. Rook takes f7 check.
Oh,
And if king takes d6,
falling apart. Yeah.
And
another rook.
When he's in the wild, it's all over. Again, I don't know the exact way, but the assumption is that there's mate here, even though I don't see it.
Yes, that has to be. I would say mate in 2 even. I mean,
mate in 2?
Yeah, rook d1.
King e6?
Oh. And,
not mate in 2.
And
careful.
Yeah, true. That is actually funky. So what about rook e1? One silent move.
Your
in
queen.
Between.
You don't care about.
Oh gosh, no, I don't care about the queen. Oh no. Okay, it is a bit tricky. Oh. Just imagine. This is
just imagine all the people.
What the heck is it?
Well, I mean, white has got a very easy way to win. You can always just retreat the bishop back, check. And on king e6 now, for example, play queen here, check.
c4, check.
Yeah, because now you can't block, and if king d6, now the rook comes in and it's over, right?
Oh yeah, well yeah, king e5 and then it's done.
Well,
okay, yeah, that's a mate. Okay, well it was
should be mate with the king on d5, right? But it's this little move here, queen e1, seeing queen a5, queen e8. That's the difference between, the top player's vision and not, right? That they would see that.
Now,
and the same goes for this one. If king d8, queen c3 is also.
So this was a fairly difficult move to find. I completely agree. But how can you get to this idea? Because there is this diagonal, right, on a5. There is this mate on d8. Can you give us any tip or idea how to approach this better?
Yeah, I think that when I look at this position because the first move I analyze is rook e1, and after knight e5, I do feel as though white's attack is just lacking a little bit here, like something is missing. And then I realize, actually, the way my pieces are configured, that the rook is not bad on f1 if the f file ever opens. But I guess the real clue here for me is the fact that black has played this move a6. And I do see this. This is in my vision somehow from some pattern recognition. I don't know where it's from, but I do see this checkmate on d8. I do, when we were looking at all the knight c7 stuff, so my brain is already alert to the concepts on the dark squares. And that's when you finally get to this move. Because then you realize, oh, wow, I can actually use the f file and the e file and the queen. So it's more of a case of pattern recognition and practice rather than skill. Like playing queen e1 is not some kind of skill move. It's just from patterns and understanding that somehow there's the weaknesses on the dark squares. That's it.
And it's also very interesting because it's a multi-purpose move. As you mentioned, the rook, and I think maybe this is like a most effective move, which is tackling a lot of different things at the same time. Cool.
Exactly.
Was this how the game went?
So we're not even done yet.
Exactly.
No. We're not even close to done yet. Okay.
This Keres, he cares.
This is great, but this is wonderful, right? Okay, so black played the move king d8 instead. Okay, protecting c7.
Yes.
And now it's back over to white. So the dynamic of the position has changed now, because now this pin is obviously the most prevalent feature of the position. And now, of course, white probably has got many good moves here. I guess white has got many winning moves, but one, maybe he doesn't, but one certainly stands out as a clear-cut winner in this position.
I'm leaning a little bit out of the normal way, but I'm thinking of bishop takes f7 to force away the queen and then push forward with e5.
Not a bad idea. In general, the process is not bad, but I have the
knight takes and nothing is happening, I think.
Yeah, the knight can just take. And unfortunately, now we're 2 pieces down, right? Is that right?
One too many.
It's probably a bit too much, yeah.
Good, but all of this is, and this is why I like tactics so much, I think. It is a bit like a detective game. You have certain ideas, you have certain moves, you think about them, and then by doing them, you get a clue and a pattern recognition for some other approach, or you change the order of how you play it and stuff like this. Okay, let's take a look. So the knight on f6 is pinned. That is maybe helpful. This means what would happen if we if we push e5, then the knight still just takes, because if we take on f6, the pawn can take back and nothing is really going on. But so what I don't want to have is the knight on d7. Actually,
right. Talk about that knight on d7. So the knight on d7 is the thing keeping the black position together, right? It's controlling e5. It's protecting f6. So when I look at this position, I say to myself, this knight on d7 were to disappear, right?
So what happens after the very crazy move b6, knight b6?
Oof. Now that's very crazy, because I mean that is a whole knight, right?
Yeah. So after e5,
e5 I can probably just take with the queen, and I'm hitting the bishop now. Probably a bit too crazy. I mean, we can't. But how else can we?
Okay. So what about the bishop to g4?
Now,
yes,
the bishop has done its job. That was here. It was pinning and against the king. It's clear that the bishop is no longer really as good here. So why not attack the black queen? Because of the pin. That's the thing, right?
Exactly. I said it earlier.
Use the pin, Luke.
Have you watched the Book of Boba Fett? Or didn't you have any time for that?
Which one?
The Book of Boba Fett. Are you into Star Wars?
No, I'm not a big Star Wars guy.
What? That's just crazy. Anyway.
The Book of Boba Fett?
The last episode was just very recently finished, and people were a bit torn about it. I hated it. I liked the whole series, but anyway, it just reminded me of use the pin, Luke. Yeah.
Okay. No, I don't know. Okay, use the pin, Luke. So bishop g4. We attack the queen. The queen is short on squares, and we are also attacking the knight,
which is helpful.
Now, if the queen comes to e5.
Now it's even tempting to push forward with f4, right?
Of course we play f4.
Yeah, that looks so good.
It's not even a thought, because we protect the bishop and attack the queen. And now the queen has actually only got, well, I mean, he can take on b2, but it's very risky.
I don't think
also that because then your ideas of e5 really make sense, because we're opening the d file and it looks over. So the queen has to take the central pawn here on e4. And now white's finish is pretty straightforward.
Okay, so we take the knight on d7. It can only no, but it cannot. It can be taken. Well, you probably should take with the king to get out of this. Ah, okay, but then we go on b6, right?
Well, we can go knight b6. That's winning. You can even go bishop takes f6.
First, yeah, that's even nicer.
Right.
There's
exactly.
another pin. Yeah, so we take with the bishop. But then again, does this already work? Is this just like winning? The knight takes f6.
That's it. It doesn't have to be always a
spectacular fireworks.
A fireworks show. Knight takes f6 is good enough. Takes king c7, bishop takes rook, and Kotov resigned here.
Yes.
It's not completely like over. Like black could try some bishop c6 attacking g2, but I mean white can just protect. The bishop's coming back to d4 on the next move. The rook's coming to e1 on the next move. It's a full exchange, and it shouldn't be enough to hold. You know, for example, bishop h6, you throw in rook e1, hitting the queen, and you're never, ever getting mated here. You can probably go g3.
Just g3 should
you can probably just go g3 if you want and not be too worried. Alternatively, if you really want, you can also play a move like rook f2, for example. g2. You're going to defend. I guess g3 is good enough. Yes, this diagonal is something, but as I say, it shouldn't be enough. And black's king is still wide open. So that is how you conduct a winning attack in the Sicilian Najdorf structures when black does not complete development. The moves were all very logical when you think about it hard. And the only tricky move that you had to see in the sub variation was this queen e1 move. That was the tricky part.
That is tricky.
The rest of it was actually relatively straightforward. After knight d5, king d8, bishop g4 is a very achievable move because it's a forcing move, and you're trying to rid
I took a bit too long for this, in my opinion.
No,
I'm a bit rusty. 1 week of no tactics with you is already enough to fall apart a bit.
There you go. All right, do we go to the next?
Yes, please. I want to see one more if we have.
Right. This one we've seen. Okay, let's see. Am I going to do this one or? We'll go for this one. Okay.
Mate on a8. Done. Solved. Next one.
Okay, so black has clearly just played the move knight takes e5. This is Keres against Alexander from Hastings, 1954. Now, did Keres blunder, or has he got an idea? Because at the moment, black is a piece up, and the queen is being attacked.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's think about the most logical idea, which is really the queen takes a7.
Right. So queen takes a7 is the first move you look at because you threaten mate.
Now, what I see to prevent this is the knight going to c6.
Exactly. And in fact, that's really the only move, because if black tries anything else,
we take the knight.
We just take the knight, and we're at least, I mean, we're winning and we're not even material down, right? So knight c6 is the only move.
Now, after a check, the knight goes to b8. So,
have we got anything here?
Can we do anything else here, or is it too clear that this is not working? So, interesting is rook takes e7, bishop goes to f5 check.
Okay, I like that you're still going bishop f5. Now he's got knight d7 or rook d7.
Yeah, rook, knight. And now I would quickly move my a2 pawn to a7.
That would be nice, yeah. That would be a lovely idea. Actually, it's close. This is close to working. Well, no, it's not. It's not really.
It takes too much time. There's a the line on E1 is too bad.
Yeah, I mean, it can't work, right?
No.
It's close. I mean, this is the first variation that I looked at as well. It doesn't work. Then I got frustrated because
you.
I couldn't find it.
But you're always so calm.
I know, but I couldn't find the concept, and then it appeared to me just like a muse coming into your dreams.
What is the chess muse, if there is one? People talk about Kaisa, the chess goddess, or something.
I don't know if there is a chess muse. To be honest.
Do you have a chess muse?
I don't have any chess anything. I have a chess devil.
That is
a chess. What are those devils that are in the desert? What are they called?
Oh, the devils. Oh, the Tasmanian devils?
No.
They are really devils. My goodness.
No.
Chess devils in is it like the whirlwind? Those? No, I don't know. I actually don't know. You have to Google it.
They've got a special.
While we think about.
They've got a special name.
How to solve this? Okay.
Yeah.
I have another idea, maybe.
Okay.
Rook. I will sacrifice my queen. Rook takes e5.
Rook takes e5. So what's your idea after queen takes queen?
Then the rook takes on e7, and I threaten a lot.
Rook takes e7, but it's way too slow, right?
Is it?
I think so. I mean, for a start, even if I just give my queen back, let's say I gave my queen back, you can see you're a rook down.
There is some truth in this. Okay, I tried to be.
Feels way too slow.
Try to be a bit too clever here. Oh, wait, I see a mating pattern out of a sudden.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. Bishop goes to b5.
Okay, bishop to b5. Now, this is the second move I tried.
Damn it.
So, we're attacking the queen.
Yeah.
If he blocks with the pawn.
So, I thought about then taking the knight on e5.
Oh, taking the knight with what?
With the bishop.
Okay, and if I take here.
And now queen a7.
Yeah, now this looks like a legit try to me. Even this, though, I'm not sure. Let's say I go queen c6.
Just that. Ah, come on. Yeah. That's a check. The queen goes to d7, and then there's nothing left.
Exactly.
Pity.
So it is a pity, but you're kind of on the right.
Yeah, I see a pattern. So the pattern is the bishop on g3 has to have a free shot on the whole diagonal. And I want to get my bishop or my queen to a6 and give a checkmate like that.
Yeah, that's what you want to try and make work.
But it's not working.
It's not working, unfortunately. It's really, really annoying because it feels as though bishop b5 or queen c7 should all work, but it's not. It's a very unexpected move. But it is involving the bishop.
Wow. Have you found it out at home?
I'm curious.
Me too. If not by now. It involves the bishop. Yeah. Why doesn't it? Okay, so then I will try the last thing I had in mind. Bishop goes to f5 immediately.
Right. Now you're pinning the queen, so there is only one move here.
Yeah, queen takes.
Queen takes f5.
Now, interestingly, there's plenty of options again.
There's one absolutely clear option.
Is it?
Well, I mean, we're 2 pieces down. We already know that queen takes a7 is being met by this idea of knight c6 and
So
knight b8.
we get rid of the knight, but with which piece? I would say rook. Yeah,
Of course, with the rook,
of course with the rook because
you're hitting the queen and the bishop, right? It's a double attack.
So that means
The queen then has to come back to d7.
that is
And now
queen a7.
now you go queen a7 because there is no knight b8. And the other point is that the queen is now kind of overloaded because it has to protect the bishop and make a square.
Yeah.
If it goes to d6, it walks into a horrible discovery, right? So even here, I don't know what the best move is, but at the very least, the worst case, you just move the rook back because you're attacking the queen and the bishop, and there's no square for the queen. So
yeah, the queen can go to a6, but if you exchange, we just take the rook and white wins clearly.
We're a pawn up. We're threatening this. We're threatening this, and it's just winning. And we're threatening this. Sorry, I should point out.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, it's just over. Like.
Yeah, and doubling up the rooks before or now is also just a killer.
Easy winning endgame. So in fact, after rook takes e5, queen d7, queen takes a7, it's pretty much all over. And if he goes queen e8, now you can just double.
Yes.
And once again, the position is... Well, I mean, there's a little bit of work left. For example, maybe he can go knight e4. But again, it's one of those positions where, yeah, I mean, it requires a little bit of calculation because check, maybe check here like this, is still winning. King e6, and at the very least, you can take, and then take again.
Yeah, yes, or you just give a check on e5 and win the...
Or you give a check on e5, and if he starts going like this, again, with the king wandering, I mean, again, you can just, like, worst case scenario.
Is it a mate if you go to a4 with the queen?
I wasn't sure.
I think it is a mate. It's a mate.
Is it?
So,
okay, sure.
Now the pawn d4, c4, sorry.
Yeah, king e6.
Oh, king e6, sorry. I thought you can only take on d4. Well. Maybe I'm wrong again.
Yeah, I'm not sure this is... I mean, it might be by some miracle. It might be some miracle made somewhere, but I don't see it.
Okay, yeah, but anyway, black is crashed. We just have to think about it.
It's just a draw.
What?
Well, you have to give a perpetual is basically
yeah, no, of course. Okay. After I shouldn't get rid of my rook like that, of course, yeah.
Yeah, after king c6, probably you should just play the professional move, rook takes d8. And if bishop takes d8, yes, he's still a pawn up for the moment, but you can just go f3 and just win the piece back at the very least.
Yeah.
And there might be something even better here. Queen a4 check might be better.
Mm-hmm.
So,
wow. Okay. But there was something in between still.
Yeah, in the game, black played queen d3. But now white just said, okay, I'm going to win my piece back.
Yeah, mate is still a threat, more or less.
And now he just comes back.
Oh, okay.
And this is the point. Now I'm threatening queen takes a7. And the queen, the only way to defend is with this.
Double
now
pawn.
Takes.
Beautiful.
Black resigned. So an unusual, interesting pattern there with this bishop f5. But it makes sense when you realize that, again, this whole exercise revolves around the knight on e5 being an important defensive piece and finding a way to gain a tempo. But it's not like the last example in that Sicilian where, knight takes c6 is really a move that you've seen before. This bishop f5 move, it's not that I've never seen it, but it's a very rare sighting. Let's put it like that.
When did you solve this puzzle? Do you remember?
I mean, when I was investigating for the show and bringing up these examples, I blundered queen takes a7. I then blundered bishop b5. and bishop f5 was my third guess.
Nice.
So I only got it as a result of process of elimination.
I get it. Yeah.
Right? It's just a question of process of elimination, and there was no pattern recognition involved in this example.
Yeah.
So sometimes you have to just get there via elimination and not via patterns.
Very good tips.
Yep.
Talking about tips, it's time to move a little bit forward in our tactics journey on ChessBase. How about we try to get a couple of more points in?
I agree. Let's do it.
Last time we reached 2,400 something. That was awesome. That was epic, actually. If you haven't seen the episode, click on the link below. There's all the links. That was pretty nice tactics. We were on fire, actually. I think
we were. Okay, stop.
If I remember,
we were on fire. Big fire.
Tremendous fires. Okay.
All
Perfect.
right. Gave us. So we are 2406. We're going to just blast through the ones that are super easy, that are like 1300.
Exactly.
So this is obviously just a 4.
We win a piece. Very nice.
This is
mate in 1. Exactly.
Okay,
it's a good little warm up.
This is.
Is it mate? Wait a sec.
Mate in 2.
Yes. And exactly. Yeah. Wow. We had to think. It was the lowest rated puzzle we ever had, I think, under 1,000, and we still had to think because we couldn't believe it's too easy. Exactly. Oh, that's an end game. That's terrible.
Now, white is coming down the board. Black is going up the board. So we can't give mate on A8. Now, why is this so difficult? This looks super easy. I think I've got it. Like, I know I've got it. Here
it's just rook to b5?
Yes. Rook b5, bishop c6.
And then
I didn't even give it.
Yeah, bishop c6. The rook goes to a5. The bishop goes in between. And now we can move our... Oh, we just take. Right? Yeah.
This is the simplest.
Nice one.
And march the pawn. Easy.
Good. Okay. Good points.
Okay, this one here is 2202. It says it's difficult.
It says, but we know better. We go to b3 with the queen. Or is it too crazy?
No. That's probably it. I thought of another one, but this is it. Correct. Well done. Nice. Very nice, Arne.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, master.
Beautiful. Okay, rook d1.
Oh, we're pinned.
We are pinned.
Yucky.
But
does it even matter?
Very easy.
Does it even matter? Well, what? Yeah, we just give it check on f2, and then we give it discovered check, kind of. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, we're on fire again, by the way.
Yeah, this one is also very easy, very well-known pattern here.
Oh, is it? Oh,
yeah.
Is it just moving to g4 with the pawn?
Correct.
Okay, cool. Because like this, we can have the ladder checkmate.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Gee, we're browsing through like butter.
Yeah.
Okay.
This one is also fairly straightforward, I would say.
Yeah. Is it?
Well, I think it is, but I could be wrong, of course. I probably am wrong. Am I wrong?
I don't know. So what I see
I might be wrong.
What I see is knight c3.
Yeah. Yeah, and if bishop takes?
Then we give a check on d1.
King b2.
Then that's
not so easy.
How far I went.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it would be so cool to block the queen from the c path.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought as well.
So what happens if we take on c3? Then the queen takes back. And then What do we have then? Do we have bishop e4 as a... No,
Yeah,
it's
it
not
feels
helping.
like bishop e4 has to be part of the equation, but there's, I mean, I've got it, but it's just a different way. Like I tried all the things, and it's
So
just,
knight d2,
yeah, bishop takes.
bishop e4 check.
That's it. That's correct.
Is it that?
Yeah, king c1.
Queen a1,
Yep, that's it.
and that's mate, right?
Yeah.
Aha.
Okay, he
Well,
can
okay,
block with
we
the
just
bishop
take.
as well.
Nice.
Nice.
Undefeated. Okay, yeah, let's
Undefeated.
take this and spin it a bit more off.
Okay.
2,423. Very nice. Yeah, it
Okay.
gets a bit more challenging here.
Well, yes and no. I mean, it's I guess this one is actually fairly simple. Yeah, this one is fairly simple.
Is it just the rook to f5?
I don't think so, no.
No.
I mean, actually
It
that might
threatens
win.
mate.
Sorry, threatens mate. That might actually win. That might actually win. That might be good enough. Sorry, rook f5 is probably good enough. I like it.
So c4 check,
And then
king
just
goes
move.
to h1.
Yeah.
Rook d1 can just be taken. How
Yeah.
can you dodge this? You cannot, right?
No, I think it's good.
Oh, yeah. You just don't have to take. No. I think that's pretty good.
I think it's good. Yeah. Do you know what I was looking at here? Was another interesting move, which is the move g4.
Oh, that's another mate threat.
Yeah, and after c4 check, let's say king g2. Where I went wrong was he's got queen e3, and he protects, and then you blow it.
Nasty.
Yeah. Exactly.
Ooh.
So rook f5 was much better. Well done. Okay, c5.
That's
okay. This has to be.
So we cannot take on d6.
Mate.
Is it
in one?
mate?
Mate.
This was difficulty 2026.
I know, crazy. Okay.
We'll take it. We'll take it.
All right. Rook c3. Black to play, move, and win. Not.
So, yeah, this should
not,
be 2026.
Yeah. I mean, I've got it, but it's not. I think it should be.
You got it. Wow. I don't.
I got it.
I mean, I'm looking at knight takes a2.
Yeah, that has to be it.
And then, okay. But
and
so the king takes, and then bishop f7. Is it too easy?
No, that's it. And queen a4 check next wins. So, for example, if queen c3.
Ah, that I didn't see. Yeah, very nice. But it's not checkmate because the king can always go to.
It's not mate, but it's close.
I see. Okay, yeah, that's destroyed, and there's no turning back. Interesting. So
this one is difficulty 1915.
Here I look at queen to d2, right? And then what happens? Well, we take the knight.
That's it.
Yeah, easy. Okay. Wow.
Yeah,
I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it.
This one is also super easy. This one is pattern recognition.
That. Okay. So that's knight f8 check.
Queen f8.
Queen f8. Sorry. And king
so
goes, and then the rook goes to h3, right?
And knight h6.
And then it's checkmate and g5 with the knight.
Correct.
Very beautiful.
Okay, nice. Okay, this one as well.
We want harder riddles. Oh, maybe
this one is also pattern recognition. Very nice.
Is that so? Queen e8 check, bishop takes, rook e8 check, king b7, knight d8 check, king escapes to a6. Oh, I am not sure about this one.
You're not sure?
No. But it has to be the sacrifice on e8. But
That's it?
probably isn't.
No, I don't think it is. It's not the sacrifice on e8, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Huh. I'm surprised. Okay, I have to think differently. What happens if I take on b6? This takes too long. Ah, Lawrence, help me here, please.
Okay.
Cannot see it. That is it. So what happens if... Okay.
Now I see. If you
Oh, that's so nice. I didn't know this pattern. Yeah, exactly. Wow. I just learned something.
Yeah, beautiful.
Absolutely.
There we go.
Okay, one more.
One more.
One last one. Yeah, that nice difficult one. And
Right,
then we
this
call
one
it
is
a
also-
day. Oh, this one is also easy. Do you say that to
Yeah.
everything? And then
Yeah.
it turns out it's not
Well,
so easy.
today has been quite easy. They haven't given us a real tough one.
Oh, well, okay. So rook d1. Oh,
That's
yeah, that
it.
is it. Yeah, actually, yeah.
Because
we
if
take
he
with
takes
check.
with the rook, we take with the queen and the knight is pinned. If he takes with the knight, we take double check. And if he goes king b2, c1 is mate.
That is nice. That is very
Oh,
nice.
wow. What is that?
We take the queen, I would say.
Oh, I see. Well, I have to select the queen. I had to select the queen. A rook
It's
is
no
also
auto queen here.
And just to show people at home, if they take with the knight, we take again queen double discovered check, my favorite check.
Yes.
And if he moves the king,
then it's another queen.
all right, grinding up 2440.
Wow, nice.
We'll be 2500 soon, and then we
Nice.
start getting the real. Now, what we could do is we could look at ranking lists.
Yeah, where?
And
Oh, wow. Wait, that's yeah, that's actually an interesting idea of yours. So this
Where
is
are we?
this is this the real ranking? I go to.
Maybe I go to 1 to 51. Let's try that.
That
Elo
looks,
3733. Can that be right?
yeah. There,
Of tactics.
these people are doing nothing else.
That's all they do with their lives. Find me.
Well, we
Where are we?
This is probably where we are a bit further. We are 2,400 something, right?
40
So this is page 9. So we're on page 8, I guess.
All right. Page 8?
Yeah, I assume. No, we're further. We're page 7.
7? Here we are.
Yeah. And look at our total, 305. Look at the...
That's nothing,
the
right?
pace.
I mean, we've done 305, and this guy has done 192,000. Look at this dude. 192,000.
Oh, wow.
We've done 300. I mean, he's been doing this every day for like 5 years.
At least, yeah.
Anybody
Wow.
here we know? I don't know. Does it say if you're a grandmaster or so? No, it doesn't. It doesn't give anything. Right?
They have their secrets. Awesome.
All right, that was
Lawrence,
fun.
that was
Yes.
super much fun. I hope you enjoyed it as well. Home, our tactics training. You have to keep it up every week.
Yep.
Almost every
Yep.
week. I mean, if Lawrence is busy,
Every-
he's busy. If I'm
every
busy,
day.
I'm busy.
Every day.
Yeah, you have to do it every day, exactly. But with us, it's always like this reminder: get your tactics in. Let's train a little bit and have some fun. Because yeah, I can see it's already helping me. I think I solved 2 quite nicely on my own. One of in the tactics training, and I can see it in my chess too. I can see it in my blitz and bullet games too. Thanks a lot, Lawrence. See you soon, my
it.
friend.
All right. Take care, guys.
Bye bye.
Bye.